Hey, it's Chris. On this part 3 of Doubtfire, I'm going to be doing a counter of sorts on these guys because it turns out I'm pretty tame when it comes to swearing and cursing and all, so I'm going to be keeping a counter on all of you.
I just kind of wonder if the character Daniel was ever like, hey, to get this job as Mrs. Doubtfire, I pretty much have to be the absolute opposite person that I actually am. And then he turns, like, his life just gets so much better after that.
Well, I don't remember. The first time that Doubtfire makes dinner, she sets herself on fire and calls and has a place to deliver food for them. You know what part I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she, there's this dramatic music, and what they're trying to convey is that this situation is great, and the kids are impressed, and I'm watching it like it's all a lie. He's so he's so proud of himself, and it's, I don't know, the accolades I feel like he thinks he deserves for this bullshit he's selling his family. It's so creepy.
It's very serial killer-esque.
Yeah.
Diaries of a Madman.
Well, the first time he meets the family, too, he says, to the littlest girl, he's like, you remind me of Stuart Little. Do you know who Stuart Little is?
Full fucking well known.
Yeah. And she's talking to the boy about how she used to be a soccer player, and it's just this super creepy, I don't know.
Google would have destroyed her.
It's like he's like a stalker, kind of.
He's using all the info he already knows to wedge his way into them trusting him.
He's like one of them Amazon fish, swim up the pee stream and go into the pee hole.
It's like that.
He's just that, but the fish just knows how to get in there.
I'm one of you.
And his family.
Oh, that's so bad.
It's disgusting.
Go ahead and pee in this river.
If they established that this dude had a brain injury, I feel like I would be way more okay accepting the things that he does.
Yeah. Or that he's like on the spectrum or something.
Yeah.
Like they establish some kind of reason for why he is the way he is. Other than...
Oh, that's just personality?
Yeah. Other than he's just a deadbeat father.
Yeah, you're pretty much waiting for, an excuse for his shitty behavior.
Yeah.
There's so much shitty behavior in this movie, and you're kind of waiting for, okay, this is shitty behavior. What is the reason he's doing this? And the reason is he's a piece of shit.
He's selfish.
He is a bad human being.
What I want to put out there, the concept is kind of subtle, but it's he wants to see his children, so he's willing to do all this stuff so he can see his children, but his children are not getting to see him in the process, which is fucked up. It's totally self-serving for him, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty shitty. He could be putting his energies into something else that's going to allow him to see his kids.
On a more regular basis.
Right.
Do some work now.
Get a second job, clean your apartment. What's really most important to him is that he gets what he wants.
Now.
Yeah.
He's not thinking way later.
It's lucky for us that it's to see his children and not to have the biggest collection of skulls.
Like Gary Busey.
Because he'll stop at nothing.
I imagine Gary Busey's bedroom is that scene in Predator 2 where he carries a skull into...
with the spine on it.
Yeah, with the spine on it. Another one for my collection.
It's like his bedpost.
For the old trophy room.
God. What other roles would this be? Gary Busey as Mary Poppins?
What if Mrs. Doubtfire... Okay, instead of pretending to be the nanny, he just guts the sofa and spends 8 hours a day hiding in their sofa.
Oh my. I knew it was going to happen.
But still dressed up as the nanny, though.
Where are we going here, Chris? You're making the calls.
That's totally Nick.
How many is he getting? 7, 8?
give him one. But that I felt a real feeling.
You made him scared.
Oh man.
Fear in the man's heart.
But he like comes out whenever.
No, god damn it, dude. There's 3 kids. Who's sitting on his face? Like.
But he comes out when everybody's asleep and like just licks stuff.
I can taste you, Miranda.
It's Brosnan.
He just
it's totally Brosnan.
Smells her breath while she's sleeping. I'm breathing in your breath.
I can taste you. We'll be one someday.
When I consume you.
And I eat your heart.
I'll breathe in your soul as you breathe your last.
So at this point, we have Mrs. Doubtfire in full effect. And we're greeted with a montage of, what else are you going to pick for your Mrs. Doubtfire soundtrack than some dude looks like a lady by Aerosmith.
It's like every song, the Papa's Got a Brand New Bag is in the trailer. I don't know if it's in the movie.
Luck be a lady.
But it's every
Luck be a lady
every
is in there.
shitty song that has dude, lady, man. Walk Like a Man is Walk Like a Man in this movie.
Walk like a man. That's...
Yeah. It's bad. There's they're riding on a bicycle in this part, and Doubtfire has to do a double take on this lady's ass and almost crashes his bicycle while
with the girl in back.
Matilda on back.
She's 4, by the way.
A child.
She's 4.
If I'm guilty of anything, it's loving my children too much.
Yeah,
I was crashing because I was looking at ass.
How many dead kids do you think Robin Williams has? Fuck. Just one?
Just one.
Is that what you're talking for both eyes?
Did we talk about Pierce Brosnan at all?
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're almost there.
It's next.
He's fantastic.
Because this is where you get a good taste of the Brosnan. 1990s Pierce Brosnan.
Peeking.
It's
Peeking in the 90s.
Is this pre-post Bond?
I want to say it's pre-Bond, but it's got to be pretty damn close.
Yeah, it's like the best version of Pierce Brosnan. He is introduced as like a love interest to Sally Field. What I thought was kind of weird, though, is timeline for end of their divorce. I feel like it's like how long? I think they've been divorced like a month, and Sally Field starts dating Pierce Brosnan, which is weird.
The fishy thing about it is, like, while she's at the board meeting, when she gets the call about the party at the beginning of the goddamn movie, she gets a call before that about this guy. And it's like, oh, this hot, like, rich guy that you used to fuck around with? Yeah, he just called up. He asked for you specifically. And then she visibly gets wet. And
no judgment, though. Like,
no, I mean, like...
What? For Pierce Brosnan?
Because Robin Williams is a piece of shit, and Pierce Brosnan is great with kids and isn't a piece of shit in this movie.
This is a good point. Chris, I need you to kind of chime in here because this is your childhood.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel that as a kid watching this that Pierce Brosnan was the bad guy?
I did not like Pierce because I felt like, because
he's stepping in,
was doing the right thing.
How's Pierce now?
You're like, you're filling in the blanks as a younger kid, but watching it now, other than the fact that he like slicks his hair back, he doesn't do anything.
He only says nice things.
Yeah.
I think he means what he says.
Yeah.
He actually like loves the kids. He's not a bad catch at all.
He should have been made worse.
He should have been.
If you want the movie to work.
But that's weird because he's saying as a kid he felt like Pierce Brosnan was the villain, even though he really isn't.
No.
Like that's kind of a skewed perception. Where like now as adults, I mean Pierce Brosnan's the shit, and like fuck you, Robin Williams, you're an asshole.
They go to a pool party. And Pierce Brosnan goes up to the bartender, and the bartender and him know each other.
No, it was a guy at the bar.
Yeah,
but they're just like chatting it up.
And he's like, yeah, I never thought you would be the type to get married or have kids. And Pierce Brosnan's like, no, I love the kids, especially the littlest one. She's great. And the guy at the bar is like, well, what about the father? And he's like, well, I hear he's a loser. And then
that's as far as it really goes.
He walks out. But Robin Williams is like, he's a fuck up.
He's like sitting across the bar, like dressed up as an old British lady. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm not a loser. You're the loser, Mr. Rich Handsome
and
guy.
Doubtfire, who's at this pool party thing, he's getting drunk at the bar and watching this dude play with his kids. I mean, if you're gonna keep up the ruse, why do you drink so much? But yeah, he throws a lime at Pierce Brosnan's head because Pierce Brosnan called him a loser. And then as Doubtfire, this was in the trailer too. This was like a big thing, I guess. The drive-by fruiting.
Yeah. It's
but it's like...
funny as shit in 1993, apparently.
It's really like he's getting physical because he's drinking and losing control.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like to point out that if we did want to make Pierce Brosnan look like the bad guy here, or even like somewhat of an antagonist, not necessarily a bad guy, but a guy who is diametrically opposed to Robin Williams, because it's made note a couple of times because the character of Miss Doubtfire is a British nanny, and then Pierce Brosnan's character is like, oh, well, I grew up in England, like, what part are you from? So, like, he kind of, like, catches on a little bit to the bullshit, so, like, if his character was the person to, like, uncover it through, like, hey, I have noticed some inconsistencies and some bullshit here, what the fuck, dude?
I would have liked that better.
Yeah, because it actually gives some depth to that character and then lends you to, like, I don't know, not dislike him, because I guess it would
I'm rooting for him the whole movie.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on how he uses the information once he figures it out, right? Because he could either be like, hey, this is fucked up, get out of here.
If he was going to blackmail him for money or something.
Yeah, or if you wanted to make him the bad guy, have him blackmail him.
Yeah, or tell him you never see your kids again, or something, man, something.
Like, threaten him if you want him to make the bad guy, you know? It's like poor writing, really.
Do you think it would have been a better movie if they did that?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
No.
I think I'm a big no on this one.
The problem with this movie, though, there's lots of problems, but when he's like, he's like dry humping a broomstick and doing electric guitar, whatever, like wacky sequences, and then there's like really dark shit. Like, yeah, if it was like goofier, slapstickier, more like Blank Check, it would be okay.
Movie.
But you're expected to take parts of it super seriously and other parts of it like sets his tits on fire.
Yeah, like there's a weird shift in tone that is constantly happening. It's like, oh man, ha ha ha. I love having fun with the kids, and then the next is Robin Williams pissing, standing up in drag, and then his son sees his dick.
Yeah,
I wanna. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the
kids are studying in a room. Jonathan Taylor Thomas says, "I gotta go take a." I know what I said. Yeah, it says I gotta go take a piss.
No.
And JTT runs to the bathroom. He opens the door, and Doubtfire's standing there taking a piss, and I remember it like they turn and lock eyes, and then Robin Williams like turns his body to engage JTT, and then JTT runs.
Why would a father do that?
Maybe.
Yeah, where to begin on this, huh? Because it was
lock the door, dude, or sit down.
Oh my god!
If you're trying to keep up the ruse, lock the fucking door.
Sit down.
I'm with you. You lock that door. You've got a thing going here. If you get caught, you are going to jail.
There's parts though.
You want to protect what's going on, because this is in reality, it's out there.
He's been fucking getting away with it this whole time, but he's been this careless that he leaves the door unlocked whenever he's in the bathroom.
He's like jumping up and doing the splits dressed as Doubtfire while cleaning the house, so he's probably just not careful at all. Like,
well, I mean,
like
I guess if you send the fucking kids upstairs to do their homework for, well, did the fucking math, because he gets there at like 3 o'clock every day, and the mom doesn't get home until 7. So the first day he's doing that, he had them studying for like 4 hours, 4 hours-ish.
That's way too long, yeah.
Yeah, so like they're just up in their fucking room all day, like for the most part.
But dad's gonna let you do whatever the heck
really,
you want. It's more of that opposite behavior makes you a good person.
Yeah,
it's way bananas how that works.
Well, because he knows everything about him is evil, and so.
But it doesn't even. I never feel like he learns that lesson in this movie, though, is the problem.
No, he learns no lesson in this movie.
there's no character growth.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like I was saying, he learns to cook, but he only learns to cook to better sell his lies. So it's like, I don't know. It's just to become a more convincing liar. There's no growth, like, as a person.
Right. So he is outed to his eldest daughter Lydia and JTT.
They run into the next room, and they're like,
Yeah.
we have to arm ourselves
And
because
call the cops.
To beat up a transgen.
Yeah, Doubtfire's got a dick, so we got to get the torches out.
Yep.
Dude,
Where'd you
it's
bleed the
bad.
pitchfork, sis?
Yeah.
Wow. More like JKKK. That's bad.
JK
Bad. That's
Rowling.
bad.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
bad joke.
It wasn't good.
It was not good. It's alright, I'm alright with it. You can do me. It's bad.
I remember
JKKK.
he sees Doubtfire's dick and immediately knows that it's his father.
See, that's yeah.
He's catching up.
Make me feel something.
What does that mean?
Make me feel something. Like,
Make me feel again.
Just one?
boys.
just one.
Man.
Just one.
It's like going down in an elevator. And just, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Make me feel something like that. And that's what I'm going down from here.
Like you just got jumbled in an elevator.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
Living it
That-
up while you're going down. Loving an elevator.
that's gross. Alright, so the next scene we got Robin Williams essentially what I like to call riff track number 3, where he's riffing with the dinosaurs on that set. And his boss, like the guy who runs the
Boss.
The grand boss.
The guy who runs the station.
The Grand Poopah, I think, Grand Wizard, I think is what they're called.
Probably.
Yeah. He comes in, sees all the riffing he's doing, and is like, I'm going to give you a job. I have never in my entire life had a moment like that, or heard of a moment like, I've never heard of anybody getting a promotion like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
Guy working in the storeroom played with some plastic dinosaurs. Yeah, give that guy a fucking show.
No, but this guy is just smitten with this whole dinosaur act he's doing.
Well, okay, so even at the end when the judge is like telling him off, he's like, yeah, you delivered a heartened speech, but I think it's just because you're such a great actor, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It's this kind of like, I don't know, this fucked up sort of wish fulfillment stuff for Robin Williams where everyone just...
Like in real life, everybody's just fucking stroking his dick.
Sally Fields is just a bitch. Like, according to this movie. I totally feel for her. She's supposed to be the bad guy, just like Pierce Brosnan is supposed to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because everything Robin Williams does is forgivable, and it's
Okay,
fucking
Chris,
not.
this isn't from your childhood. Did you feel like Sally Field was unreasonable?
It felt like it was everyone against Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Doubtfire was the
hero.
superhero of this.
That's how it felt
Kid
when I was
Rock.
a kid.
Yep.
It's exactly how it felt.
Led by goddamn Aerosmith.
And everything he does is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, that's the weird thing, though, right? Is because you get it from Doubtfire's point of view. You get it from that perspective. Like, this is our character. This is who you should feel something for. but everybody around him is not like acting in a terrible way.
Yeah.
So you can't sympathize with him.
He's just destructive.
Thank you for sticking with us as far as has been a fucking journey. So yeah, we'll close up and we'll see you next time on the finale for Mrs. Doubtfire. So check you shitholes later. Jonah wins.
That was a weak bell.
Yeah, it was.
Gonna go pounding.